Well, hello everybody. I'm pretty much done with this experiment track to show you how I kind of write songs and stuff. What I've done with all this stuff is, this is all the synthesizer stuff. So, and this it covers essentially 15 tracks. So I've implemented a technique that's common in recording, and that's taking all these tracks and kind of bringing them down to pretty much one track, which is up there. The technique is called bouncing or ping-ponging a track, and this happened a lot in early recording when you had only 4 tracks to work with. You would record 3 tracks and then bring them down to 1 track, and then that would free up 3 different tracks to work with. And this goes on a lot, in recording back when it was still tape, pretty much audio tape. Now with digital recording, you can have up to 40 some odd tracks. Even with the guitar tracks, I still have up to 7 tracks, and that's just the guitar stuff. With the advent of digital recording, now people can have up to as many tracks as they want, as long as their hard drive can accommodate that. So what I've done is I've pretty much put all the synthesizer tracks into this one right here. So with that guide, I just went through and started recording live guitars over it. And so it starts out with a fade in. The beginning chords that I had, I'm going to fast forward a little bit. So this is a clean guitar that I used, and when I recorded it, there was some buzz on there. You can probably hear a little bit of it right there. So in order to relieve some of that buzz, what I did is I reversed the track, which is something also you can do with the advent of digital recording. And I added some ping pong delay on there to kind of bounce it in stereo back and forth, and you might hear that in the finalized track. But it's still in key, and it still sounds fairly decent. I still hate that buzzing, but I really didn't want to get rid of the track because I liked the way it came out. So that's the introduction. That's kind of like, again, remember I stated before that music is kind of like storytelling, and as I'm telling the story, I'm kind of creating tension and drama with it, but I'm starting out with something very clean and something very simple. And that ends that first guitar right there. And then in a few seconds, it's going to bring in the drums. So again, it's creating tension and drama. I'm getting the car rolling. I'm getting the steam train, the locomotive kind of in gear and starting the track, So I wanted a main theme for this. And so sometimes the way I do that is I'll just sit and listen to the track and start visualizing or imagining what it's going to be. And last night I did sort of a quick little demo where I was humming it. I was just humming a lead line. And I'll insert that now. Something like that. Okay, with the humming track there placed in there, so I went and I kind of started playing the guitar line with what I was humming. And that's just a basic distortion guitar with a little bit of chorus on there. The chorus is from the delay pedal, and it does a nice little shimmery chorus. And then I added a higher lead line. The higher lead line I did in fifths, which is a 5 steps above the basic line. And then I did the second part of it an octave above. So it adds a little bit more drama and tension. So then there's a break right there. That's kind of a break in the dramatics, and then I'm switching gears and putting a solo lead. Again, that's just a basic lead, distorted guitar lead. And that one was mainly improvised with a few ideas, but I'm playing in the keys. And notice these are just block building. I'm just building blocks. And that goes on for a little while. And so that's essentially a solo guitar. And I just wanted something to have fun with, playing over that Klug synthesizer riff. Just something to improvise and have just kind of go off and kind of put my own fingerprint on this, and then just have a melody going on throughout. Now, interestingly enough, I don't, when I record stuff, it's not straight back to forward to finish, beginning to end. I recorded this first, and I did a basic distorted guitar lead line, which is supposed to mimic, which was this line right here. Oops, I hit the wrong thing. Which was this line right here. But it was done as a distorted guitar, and I'm soloing this, so that way we just hear this one. And again, that's a lot of chorus on a clean guitar with a little bit of delay. But what it's doing is it's mimicking turn on. What it's doing is it's mimicking the synthesizer track, so that way I'm kind of doubling that up and just padding that synthesizer a little bit more. And it's so subtle you don't even notice it. But at first I had this really screaming lead playing along with it, but it wasn't working. And I think one thing to being a good songwriter and a good musician is that you have to know when to edit stuff and when stuff is working and when to take it out. So I took out that screaming distortion lead and added that nice clean. And so this is what I call the outro guitar. This is the final thing. So I really went off with it, with the lead line. And then the synthesizer takes us out. So, you know, this I've worked on this for a couple of weeks now, and I hope this little song here shows you a little example of how I produce and write songs and stuff. It takes a little work, and some songs come very easily, and some take a little while. This one took a little while. I think now that I'm in recovery, I let songs take as long as I need to, rather than write them as soon as I can. So what I will do is I will finally mix this song down and put it up on YouTube, and you can go back and listen to the song at your leisure. This video is up to kind of be a compendium to it as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this little process. As I go on further in writing songs, I might do this again, just to show you a little bit more about what I do. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sticking with me.